Fugon no Uhak. Traits. Pure, uncontrollable fury. Uhak's fighting style is defined by wild, overwhelming aggression fueled by a burning flame that consumes both his body and mind. His attacks are brutal, fast, and unpredictable due to his berserker rage. Flame manifestation. His body radiates intense heat, and his strikes often carry incendiary effects that can burn through armor, concepts, and barriers alike. Resilience through madness. The more damage he takes, the more his fighting spirit ignites, making him harder to stop. His rage blinds him to pain and strategy, but this raw willpower makes him almost impossible to subdue physically. Close combat specialist. Uhak prefers charging head-on and overpowering foes with sheer strength and burning strikes, usually getting in close to tear opponents apart. Fighting style. Uhak is a battering ram of flames and fury. He breaks down defenses by sheer force and relentless assault, relying less on technique and more on overwhelming power. His unpredictable, chaotic style means it's difficult to predict his next move, but his single-minded goal is destruction. Toorika no Kuze. Traits. Calm and calculated, Kuze fights with precise control and a cool head. Unlike Uhak's fiery chaos, Kuze calculates every move, exploiting weaknesses and maintaining distance. Ice and distance manipulation. Kuze uses techniques that create cold, freezing effects that can slow, bind, or sap the opponent's energy. His attacks often have a chilling, paralyzing effect on both body and spirit. Defensive mastery. Kuze's strength lies in controlling the battlefield. He can create barriers or illusions to misdirect attacks and force opponents into traps. Psychological warfare. Beyond physical fighting, Kuze uses mind games to unsettle opponents and break their fighting spirit, aiming to end conflicts before they escalate. Fighting style. Kuze keeps his distance, using cold, calculated strikes and defensive setups to outlast aggressive foes. He avoids direct confrontation where possible, instead wearing down enemies over time with precise attacks and psychological pressure. Fight trait analysis. Aggression versus control. Uhak's overwhelming aggression is a blunt force that can smash through many defenses, but Kuze's cold control and battlefield manipulation aim to keep Uhak at bay and drain his stamina. Close range versus distance. Uhak thrives in close combat, but Kuze wants to keep the fight at mid or long range, using freezing techniques and barriers to limit Uhak's movement and ability to close the gap. Mental state clash. Uhak's berserker fury makes him less strategic, which Kuze exploits with psychological tactics and calm battlefield awareness. However, Uhak's rage also fuels his resilience, making him hard to intimidate. Elemental contrast. Fire versus ice is classic, but Uhak's flames are raw, chaotic destruction, while Kuze's cold is about restraint and control. The battle becomes a push-pull of overwhelming heat versus chilling precision. Endurance and stamina. If Kuze can keep Uhak at a distance long enough, the berserker's stamina might run out. But if Uhak breaks through Kuze's defenses once, his power could end the fight quickly. Overall chance of winning. Toorika no Kuze, 60% chance of victory. Kuze's defensive tactics, battlefield control, and psychological warfare give him a slight edge. He can outlast Uhak's fury by managing distance and exploiting openings patiently. Fugon no Uhak, 40% chance of victory. If Uhak closes the gap early and overwhelms Kuze before the icy strategist can set up his defenses, he can dominate. His raw destructive power is lethal at close range.